another community that's interesting that I'm just learning about today. A much smaller community. Say what?
The Samaritans, Cohenim has it too.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad you brought that up. Can you say a little more something about that? Because I feel like G-Kon, I feel like the Samaritans get left out of the conversation a lot. I don't know if you have anything to say about that, but thank you so much for bringing that up.
Yeah, so what happens is when you look at the Samaritan, among the Cohenim, they realize that whatever group that they're in, whatever Jews that there is, among the Cohenim, the priests, they all have this marker, which is a J1C3 marker, or J1, which they call, I think, it comes from the J subclad. So then the Samaritans also have J1 and J2 markers. Now these markers originated outside of Africa. So then when you look at, like he said, the Buba tribe, and they have these markers, then you begin to see that they themselves, now it's not necessarily a Jew marker, but what it is it's a marker. It shows that they have close relationships, shared genetics with each other, real close, and it's been consistent, constant. So they can look at the rate between of this mutation that they see, and look at the mutation to say that this can date back, because they believe that it's constant. It can date back to a specific ancestor, the closest ancestor that they had. And so when they did the rate, like you said, it came all the way back to the times of when Aaron and them would have been looked at. And so that's how they're looking at these things. But a lot of these groups that are Jews have this marker, and this is an out of Africa marker. And one of the things that we look at, which we're going to talk about, but I'm going to let them finish, is that a lot of African Americans that say that they basically are Jews or Israelites don't have a lot of out of African markers. And when they do, they have European, like probably R1B or something like that, which European Jews have R1B2, but they also have autosomally traced back to the Middle Eastern, and have mutations at a high level on their chromosomes. And so when you look at what he's saying here is that this is similar with a lot of other Jews. And so if you're saying you're an Israelite, we know geographically certain mutations picked up, certain haplogroups came along, subclads that's outside of Africa, that's in those areas where biblically Israelites would have came from. Why is it that you're saying that you're an Israelite and you're an African American, but you don't have those markers? You don't have none of those markers, and so that's what we're looking at, and what we want to get to later on farther into some studies, especially about the Ashkenazis. But definitely, there's many other groups that also have this marker just as well, J1C3 marker, and which they could name it as the Cohenim marker, basically.
Yeah, and again, I'm glad you brought up the Samaritans, because a lot of times they get left out, and it's true they're mixed, if people want to say that, but I mean, everybody is, including the populations we're studying.